Hello, this is Ayote, otherwise known as Artist on the Edge. Isn't that clever? I thought it was so clever when I came up with it. And it sounds like wild, you know? Ayote. Like a coyote, but a ayote. Anyways, okay. Here's Santa Fe in 3 days. Enjoy. First stop is gonna be Meow Wolf, which is an all-immersive art installation. It's a giant building full of just crazy heart attacks and colors all in one space. And let's just see. I mean, I always thought it would, from the pictures and the videos and everything, I was like, this is me in a building. This is exactly who I am. And so we're gonna just see if that's really true. We're gonna see what it's all about. You guys, I just inevitably shake my head more with bangs. We're gonna see what it's all about. Okay, enjoy. Boop. Oh my gosh, I never do that. Sorry guys, that was a lot. So Meow Wolf was amazing. It was inspiring to, to have so many artists come together to create this all-immersive, hands-on art installation, but at the same time, it was like an acid trip without the fucking acid. I'm telling you, man, it was crazy. And it was almost, overwhelming. I was getting a little dizzy and I was ready to get out of there, By the time I wanted to go, it took an extra 30 minutes to find the exit, and I was like, oh my god, get me out of this place. But I definitely recommend it. If you, oh my gosh, just please check it out next time you're there. But with everything going on with COVID right now, I don't even know what's going on. It's such a hands-on experience. So, anyways, I'm so grateful to have done it when I did. Just getting back from Meow Wolf. And I got this little motel. This is like my whole family when shit hits the fan, and I'm just sitting in the back like chilling, you know? Alright, so we are gonna check out the historic district of Santa Fe. It's gonna be really awesome. And first I gotta get some food. Hallelujah, 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 green salsa, ooh. Wow, that place was gorgeous. But it might not just have been for me, you know? But not at the moment. It was like the choir was in session Sunday morning, and I looked like a traveling gypsy queen here. Like, and the greeter was just giving me looks like, I hope she doesn't go inside. And I'm like, you can't stop me now, sucker. You know, but I didn't go inside. I didn't go inside, don't worry. I highly recommend it. You gotta check out the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi next time you go to Santa Fe. Loaded sentence. I really didn't think I would get that right. I gotta double check after this. But anyways, highly recommended. It was wonderful, even though I didn't really get to check out the architecture as much, and that's what I went there for. But much love, and on to the next. So, I really didn't want to spend too much time hanging out downtown Santa Fe, but I wanted to check out a few things on my list. One of them was the Santa Fe Plaza, which is like a park with sculptures scattered throughout, and it's gated and it's beautiful. And then the shops parallel to that on the road next to it, there were just like art galleries, boutiques, little restaurants, you know, and you gotta check out those little gift shops. And then right near that is the Palace of the Governors, which was really cool. That actually served as the government seat of New Mexico for centuries. So a lot of history there. And then I wanted to check out the Santa Fe Rail Yard, which is like a little modern, it's like a hangout spot. There's movie theaters, restaurants, and all sorts of stuff to do around the rail yard. But I just basically went there and drove by and took a picture in my car and didn't get out. So, been there, done that. I can't give you like a true recommendation though, honestly. You guys, I found my hat. What? Why was this not on my head the whole time? Normally, you will only find me wearing a hat. Okay, so another place I really wanted to check out in Santa Fe was the International Museum of Folk Art, which I've only heard amazing things about, and I had about 2 hours to kill there, and I wanted to really take my time and take it all in. So, let's go. This exhibit really hit home for me, and it was called From Combat to Carpet. And one of the quotes that I took a picture of on the wall there, which I know you guys can read, but I'm just going to read it to you. It says, "One of the older weavers, now in her 80s, told me that the reason for weaving drones on carpets by a woman here is to show to the West, the primary market for war rugs, that their brutal killing machines are always under our feet. Quoted by Arzak Khan. But oh my gosh, like so extremely powerful. Alright, so next stop is Los Alamos, which is a ways north of Santa Fe, but I had to come and check it out because it's basically the home of the atomic bomb. Did you know that? Yes, back in 1942 at the scientific laboratory in Los Alamos, the atomic bomb was designed and fabricated right here. Yeah, and it was actually codenamed Project Y and was one of the missing links in the Manhattan Project. If you want to learn more about it when you're here, you really got to check out the Bradbury Museum. I'm so fortunate that they were like open. I actually spent a good hour in there just meandering around. Time to get my hiking gear on. I'm at Bandelier, baby. This is Bandelier. And that's where I'm gonna climb into the cliffs. Basically what it is a preservation. It's spanning 50 miles along the Pajarito Plateau on the slopes of the Jemez volcanic field in the Jemez Mountains. But just the rock formations are absolutely marvelous, and the history there involving the ancestral Puebloans dates back to 1150 AD. So it's absolutely insane, and some of the petroglyphs you will see along the route are just remarkable. You can even climb into the cave dwellings where they once resided. So I mean, it was, I can't even describe it without just getting shaky, because the feelings you get when you go to those heights too, you feel like people are walking with you. You feel like you're walking through history, and as you read the little pamphlet they give you, it brings it all back to life, and you can see the crumbled foundations from where they once planted their foods and climbed to their dwellings and placed their hand markings on the wall, and just like, whew, it's powerful. I am now hiking up Frey Trail. Apparently, it has steep switchbacks, which I'm really figuring out. So, one of the most unique experiences at Bandelier was going to the Alcove House, which is a choice you have to make. Basically, when you get halfway through the main loop trail, you have the choice to either continue on to the Alcove House or turn around and go back to the visitor center. And you know what I did? I carried on. Just make sure you have proper footwear on, and I was there in the fall too, which was amazing. It was like perfect temperature, but there was still snow on the ground, and I was wearing little tennis shoes thinking I was just cute as shit. But yeah, when you get to the end of the trail there, you climb up these 4 giant ladders, and it's 140 feet up to this just beautiful lookout. There's a reconstructed kiva there, and it's it used to be the home of 25 ancestral Pueblo people. Yeah, it's just crazy, the history there. And when I got to the very top, I met Bob and Dave, who were just, you know, they're two older folks, and they were just sitting there drinking their bag of wine, looking out over the open valley, and we just had the best time. So I was up there for an extra half hour, and I climbed down, and they climbed down right after me, and down the ladders you can hear them saying, "God, we should have brought the pot," you know.
God, we forgot the pot.
Yeah. Sorry, we just got here.
Yeah.
We're hitting the for sure.
So there were some characters, and it was just a really nice encounter. Yeah, you should really check it out. So by the time I had left Bandelier, it was pretty late, so I decided to just get a campsite nearby at a place called Juniper Campground. That is the amazing view at my campsite. And then we've got my minivan just ready to go, all decked out. I'm gonna build a fire and make some dinner. And my little kitchen up there. Yeah. Gotta really beware of bears. Super stoked. Oh my gosh, what a day. I'm gonna get it going. Dude, what an amazing campsite. This is like perfect. I am just gonna snuggle in and read Clan of the Cave Bear. I am so warm in here, like it's awesome. Everything is kind of just working out. Made a little fire, made some food. Now I'm gonna have a little drink and I'm gonna enjoy my book. Hi everybody, I'm just waking up, 7 o'clock, and yeah, the reflectix in the windows worked really good at insulating it. I just need to get a little mini heater in here because I did have to start it up a little bit. I started it up a couple times. This is how every campsite should do it. There's a kiosk, you put your credit card in, there's all the information you need. Then there's like 5 little outlets of they call them loops. So there's Black Bear Loop, Albert Squirrel Loop, Coyote Loop, and all that stuff. So it's amazing. You can come in anytime and pay for your spot. First you go scope out, see which number you want, and then pop it in. Look at that, you even got solar panels. Anyways, yeah. Goodbye to Juniper Campground. I'm gonna rock the docks because that's just, when in doubt, you just rock the docks. I don't know if you guys can read that. Probably not. But I am at the Tsankawi, I don't think that's right, prehistoric site. So I'm gonna see a lot of petroglyphs and cave dwellings. Okay, correction from my future self. I think it's Tsankawi. The T is silent. Tsankawi. I had not even like read the sign, and I was just like, I'm going to the Tsankawi ruins. Like, what? I'm so sorry. My bad. Continue. I met an incredible archaeologist here who kind of guided me through the way and pointed out a lot of things that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. But yeah, he's from the area here and just kind of told me a little bit about the history. And it was really awesome to get that right at the beginning of my journey, to give me a really deeper appreciation for the ancestry and the culture of the area. So that's my tooth. The place has an ancestral history that dates back to 10,000 years. Specifically, the Pueblo Indians used to live in these cave dwellings. Because it's what I'm super interested in, I recorded the conversation with the archaeologist, and I'm just gonna plug it right into this video here. It's like 3 minutes of us just conversating about facts of the land, Pueblo Indians and their traditions and their life expectancies and what they grew. And I don't know, it's just super fascinating to me coming from an archaeologist that was born and raised in the area. And yeah, so if you want to hear it, it's following up right after this little monologue. Bye.
Below by the Rio Grande today.
How far is the Rio Grande from here?
In a straight line, it's only about 5 miles.
Really?
The lifespan is about 30.
Wow.
You know, so when you were 30, you were an old grandma and grandpa, you were used up.
Oh my
If you
gosh.
can imagine that.
That's so insane to
It
think
was
about.
like that in the Middle Ages in Europe too. This trail is going to go through the middle of it.
What would they grow? Or could they grow anything up here in this area?
This is all natural. So they were farmers. They grew corn, beans, and squash. They were their main crops, which they would have been growing in fields down below.
Incredible. Not up here though. Not enough rain.
Not enough rain.
Got you.
Or it would depend on the season. That heaven isn't up there, sort of like we see religion and the dead go back into the kiva and go into the underworld.
Interesting.
And so the kiva allows the priest to descend and then communicate with the ancestors and the people in the underworld. It's similar to Greek mythology in that the dead went into the earth, went into the underworld.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I mean, and also like Egyptian, you know, I mean, you guided by the jaguar through the underworld, or
Yes.
That's just crazy to me.
And then they dance, like I was at the dance yesterday. They're dancing with their feet, and that's sending vibrations into the earth,
Wow.
to the underworld.
That's crazy.
And the men dance with very dominant steps.
Yeah.
The women dance with their toes, and it's representing, the men represent a very strong rainfall,
Oh
and
my
the women are
goodness.
representing a very gentle, constant rainfall.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is rain.
That's so
Everything
interesting.
in your everyday life is to call these clouds to bring snow in the winter and to bring rain in the summer to grow your crops. And again, I think it's interesting that here we are. The Pueblos would say that we are not alone.
Yeah.
These people are around us right now.
Right.
They're saying, look at these people, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you're at archaeological sites, it's sort of interesting having the Native American perspective, that you should always say, I'm visiting your
Yeah.
village, I'm here to learn,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for letting me be here.
Right. I always say something
You know,
like that.
most
like,
of
"Thank
us
you."
are just here.
Right.
You know, we're tourists and we're here to see this, but they would say, they're all around us right now. I've been here with Native American elders that they'll say that there's a line of people over there and they're looking at you. So as an archaeologist, we never learn that in school,
No, definitely.
you know, but
not.
it's something that you learn in the anthropology of New Mexico. It's wild and crazy stuff.
That's incredible. I would really appreciate that, you know? Like if you said you were here with a guide or a chief or...
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The descendant villages are just right down by the Rio Grande. They're right down here.
Wow.
So when they do a ceremony down there, they do a drum, and you can hear that drum up here.
Oh my goodness.
So the spirits at this village can hear that their descendants are still carrying on their traditions and stuff.
Sorry, what's your name again?
I'm Chuck.
Chuck, nice to meet you.
I'm going to be going back this way, so
Yeah.
you want to go down, and there'll be a ladder down here, and then the trail's going to take you around the caves and stuff.
Oh, cool,
So
cool.
check those out.
Awesome, thank you so much. I so appreciate that. Gosh, so much information I would have never gotten otherwise.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you. Took care to call the rain. Thank you for letting me visit your village. I can feel you around me. Next, we are off to Tent Rocks, which is also known as Kasha Katuwe, which is located on the Pajarito Plateau. And it is remarkable. It shows the layers of volcanic rock and ash deposited by the giant volcanic eruptions of the Hemes Mountains, which occurred 6 to 7 million years ago. Crazy. But first, a girl's gotta eat. I've been living off of these little freaking wraps. Oh my god. I'm hiking into Tent Rocks right now. You know what? I wasn't gonna hike both trails, but I think I am now, because I want to see more. You know, it's kind of ridiculous though. I said hi to everybody along my route, and it was about 5 people I passed while I was hiking up this trail, and nobody told me it was closed. It's like they had to let me find out myself, because they did. Anyways, as you heard in the video, the trailhead was closed, so I got up to this like snowy ridge, and I met up with this other couple who was there next to this ranger who was trying to chip the ice from the trailhead, and he was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's closed, you know. And I got to talking to the couple, and they actually, turns out they're from like Ludington, Michigan, which is a couple hours from where I live locally, so we ended up in a good conversation, and it was fun. It was fun. I definitely am gonna go back someday to get to the tippy top of the Tent Rocks. So, but yeah, it was worth it. It was a good connections made and beautiful sights overall. So that concludes my New Mexico trip in 3 days, and oh my gosh. If you have the opportunity to go check out New Mexico, got a little time on your hands, I recommend just going to all of these spaces, but finding a little more time than 3 days to do it. I felt like a superhuman, you know, trying to get to everywhere I wanted to go within 3 days. And there are some things that I had to skip along the route, because it's what you gotta do if you have limited time. But really, so worth it. Go check it out. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you like this video. And don't even tell me that I could have broke this up into 10 different videos. Blah, blah, blah. I know. But I don't want to do that. This is one giant experience that deserves to have 30 minutes to itself. It's an episode of my life. So anyways, enjoy, have a good one. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.